let's look at AI and what it means for the practice of consulting. Because I do think the approach we take in consultancies has to change because AI is transforming how we work. So if you look at a pre-AI workflow, we spent a lot of time doing research. We had to go and read up about topics and subjects to understand the things our clients needed us to understand. And then we needed to take that learning and produce content. So a lot of time spent reading and creating decks, putting information together so we were ready for presentations for clients. That information could then be reviewed by somebody who was more experienced perhaps, and then either we presented or we passed on the presentations to partners and senior consultants who would talk to clients and socialize information and get buy-in from an organization on the direction of travel. So what you see here is the pinch point is up here when it comes to the research and production phases. We're looking at a situation where really the hours are spent by juniors in doing the work. So how has AI changed that approach? Well, in a post-AI world, we're able to do research and produce content on a much larger scale. If you open deep research in any of the AIs, it'll go off and give you 15, 20 pages of detailed research with references and citations on the topic you're interested in. So if you want to find out about new markets, new technologies, what ways you can approach a particular, say, workshop, there is a huge amount of content out there that the AIs will pull together and give to you in the form of an almost ready piece of content. But here's the problem. Is it actually ready? Can you trust that information? So the bottleneck moves down to the review stage of the process, where you can't just create something. You need to have the experience to be able to critically evaluate the information, to interrogate it. And we need new tools and methods that let us actually engage with content and test that it's right before we release it for general usage. And so the area that perhaps stays unaffected is the socialization bit. We have this new bottleneck in the review stage of making sure that we have to check the quality of what's going on. So people who are perhaps more senior in their careers find the AI gives them so much material, but now they have to review it. And you need the experience to review the material and understand what's going on. And once you've understood it, you still need to be able to work with groups and have the conversations to examine the material, persuade or explain why you think a particular approach is the right one, and get consensus and agreement on what to do next. So in the situation, we will have consultancies who put more emphasis on senior partners doing this kind of activity, making sure that things are correct. Or we have junior consultants who will get better at augmenting their work with technology so they can go through the research, content and review stages more effectively. For example, you can use multiple AIs to cross-check your information, and sometimes you need to go off and read the underlying material itself. So reading is still one of those skills that's going to be required. But at the end of it, this whole model doesn't really it doesn't change the nature of work. It just creates a different bottleneck and it allows you to do more work. So I don't know what impact it will have on hiring, but I think that small teams will be asked to stay small. We won't hire more people. We'll be asked to do more with the technologies we have. And teams that take the market, the ones that advance, will be AI first, and where the team members are extremely good at collaborating with AI to get their work done.